Nepal, Bhutan, all of them have serious problems in human resource development. Finance is a big problem. So naturally, these are all affecting the integration and coordination between the BIMSTEC countries. And also, another big issue is India. There is an impression in BIMSTEC that India is a dominant or India is dominating the bloc. There is an impression that India is dominating. See, our big brotherly attitude cannot help. It has to be like a Gujarat doctrine. So we need to, behave, or rather we have to extend our Gujarat doctrine. Rather than dominating, India should extend our Gujarat doctrine in more effectively and more powerfully and more effectively. And we have to increase our connectivity. As I told again and again, connectivity is a big issue. And now, when we do all these things, BIMSTEC has this issue of China playing a big role. Because in all these countries, except Bhutan, Chinese influence is quite obvious. So China also will ensure that BIMSTEC may not work the way it should have been working. And then there are issues of regional instability also in this region. Now, we have seen the Rohingya crisis here. Rohingyas. Then Thailand is not stable as far as the democracy is concerned, the military rule, and it is on and off with military rule. The ethnic problems in Sri Lanka is yet to be solved. Politically, Bangladesh is not very stable because of the fight between the Begum, the two prime ministers, the present prime minister and the former prime minister. Nepal just came out of that crisis, and finally they managed to form a constitution. But still, so there are serious instability, political instabilities in all the countries, which are also forcing or which are not helping in increasing the relationship. And most importantly, I would like to add one more point, that is natural, that geographical and cultural connect is missing in BIMSTEC. The natural, geographical and the cultural connect, the way it is there in SAARC is missing. So what I am trying to say, and the shared history is missing here. In fact, what I am trying to say here is, despite all these good things, there are a lot of, Pakistan is not there, and that ideological baggage is missing, everything is true. And Bay of Bengal, the countries are surrounding the Bay of Bengal. Of course, then Chinese problem is there. But when you compare the potential and the roadblocks, even though it looks on the face of it, when the Prime Minister, when he invited the BIMSTEC leaders for his swearing in ceremony in 2019, the talk of the town was that the BIMSTEC will replace SAARC. My argument here is slightly different. So my argument is, it is very difficult to replace. I am repeating, very difficult to replace SAARC with BIMSTEC. Even though technically, because of absence of Pakistan, we may be able to do a better job in BIMSTEC, but when you look on the whole, it may not be that easy. First of all, the SAARC's biggest advantage is we have a shared history, we have a shared geography, the landforms, everything, then we have the shared monsoonal unity, shared culture, religion. See, Hinduism and Islam, we are living here for thousands of years or hundreds of years, together. But most of the Southeast Asian countries are, the Thailand, Myanmar, Buddhist country, even though it's origin, but we don't have that kind of a connect today. So that SAARC is quite natural. Connectivity is natural. Of course, we have created roadblocks with Pakistan. We have created roadblocks into Bangladesh, but otherwise we were together. We were a single country, British India. But unfortunately, because of the division, so we have divided into many countries. But the natural connectivity and natural linkages are quite obvious in SAARC. BIMSTEC, that is not the case. And then connectivity is a big problem. We are unable to resolve this problem, connectivity problem. Northeast India is a link, but unfortunately Northeast is not the best developed region of our country. and Northeast appetite to absorb a large investment and all, because it's a very ecologically fragile region also. We cannot have large scale development by destroying the forests and all. Even connectivity, road connection, road construction, everything has its own limitation in northeastern states. We have to look into the culture of the people also. We have to protect the culture, their, that ethnic fabric we cannot, completely disregard. So Northeast is a weak link, or rather when it comes to this connectivity, Northeast states will become a weak link in this whole process. So the natural thing is India, when overcoming our problems with Pakistan and doing something to revitalize. Revitalizing SAARC is the best possible solution for India. For that, India may have to go that extra mile. How to always, circumvent Pakistan, and in some places we should cooperate with Pakistan, in some places we should circumvent Pakistan. But it is in India's benefit and for a proper geopolitics of in South Asia, India should not try to replace SAARC with BIMSTEC. We cannot. It has its own limitations. Their philosophy is different. Thailand's philosophy is different. Myanmar's philosophy is different. They will not be able to understand our culture and philosophy that easily, because there is that kind of a connect is missing. So, historically, geographically, and even economically, it's very easy. It's very easy to cooperate between the countries in this region. So, on the whole, even though there are potentials in BIMSTEC, I would like to reiterate and say that India should not try to replace SAARC with BIMSTEC. SAARC has its role. BIMSTEC can act as a bridge between SAARC and ASEAN. If SAARC is strong, ASEAN is already strong. BIMSTEC can act as a bridge between them. BIMSTEC cannot be a replacement to SAARC. That is what the political leadership of India should understand. If we try to replace something which is not possible, then it will be a wastage of time and money and effort. And the progress of the BIMSTEC in the last all 16 years after the first summit is obviously showing that there is hardly any progress. We are not able to move forward. Many of our look-east policy programs are not being implemented. So SAARC, the BIMSTEC may not be able to, and we should not be thinking also BIMSTEC cannot replace SAARC. That is the final conclusion from my side.